whenever and wherever you want news.
12 News is there.
The message of freedom and independence has...
And that's why more Arizonans choose us for the news. The source you turn to
On air, online, at work, at home. Morning, noon, and night.
the team you know and trust.
New tonight, Joe Dana Show.
The news and information you need.
Still ahead on Arizona Nightly News.
Whenever and wherever you want it, around the clock.
Arizona's first choice across the board.
12 News.
You're watching the Valley's #1 source for news. This is 12 News.
Tonight, the celebration of our country's birth is extra special for some 16,000 people, 200 of them here in Phoenix.
Now, while others are celebrating with barbecues and fireworks tonight, they took an oath of allegiance, becoming U.S. citizens on this 4th of July. Joe Dana takes us to the naturalization ceremony that took place less than 2 hours ago.
On a day that marks the birth of the United States, it's also the beginning of citizenship for 345 people from 70 countries.
I am from Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico.
From Sierra Leone, West Africa.
I'm from Iraq, from Baghdad.
I'm from Warsaw, Poland.
Kathmandu, Nepal.
They've come from so many different cultures and countries, some not knowing if this day would ever arrive.
Yeah, it's taken 10 years, so half of my life to get to this point.
Important state or sovereignty.
The oath of citizenship adding legitimacy to what already is, for many, life as an American. They've raised children here, served in the American military, and attended public school, even developed passionate opinions about American politics.
There's so much that comes with being an American citizen. Pretty much freedom and opportunities, and now I can vote.
The Ruby family from Baghdad waits for Mom to take the oath, completing a circle of citizenship in the family. Each person here has a different story. All embrace the same ideals. In Phoenix, Joe Dana, Arizona Nightly News.
No one will ever mistake this for the big time, and that's what makes it great. For 100 years, people have been coming here for what is now Americana, back when it was just America.
In those days, the cowboys and ranchers lived out on these ranches, and they'd come in, you know, 4th of July and bring their families and stay here for a week, camp out.
Danny Freeman was never a rodeo man, but he's written a book about the 100 years of the Prescott Rodeo. 100 years of young men matching mean animals, thrilling the crowds. 100 years of what America likes to think of itself as. And this is the genuine article. Are you sure it's the oldest?
Absolutely. We can prove it. Other rodeos may claim to be older, but we can prove when we started in 1888, and it's documented. It's written up in the newspaper.
Is it still going to be going 100 years from now?
I think so. You and I will check that out, huh?
Lots of red, white, and blue in the high country today. Young and old waving flags as they line the streets of downtown Flagstaff for the annual 4th of July parade. Governor Janet Napolitano rode the parade route, waved to the crowd. Even Smokey the Bear took part to remind everyone about the danger of forest fires.
Live entertainment while folks waited for the real highlight, the fireworks. Yeah, they were dancing on the streets, and yes, there was a certain glow to some of them. As the crowds arrived tonight, though, the priorities varied. Classic caddies lined up for the view, or the necessities for others.
This will be our first round.
Just a short time earlier, the city fire inspector made his checks on safety with the display.
If the shooter comes back before I get back,
okay,
have them cover this so that there's no accidental misfires.
All right.
And just moments ago, here's how it looked. Spectacular, bright, and loud.
Well, months of waiting are finally over tonight for a Valley soldier. He is back home safe and sound with his loved ones. The signs of support were easy to spot this afternoon at Sky Harbor. Army Sergeant Joshua Rowan returned to the Valley for his 2-week leave. It's a chance to spend some valuable time with his wife and young daughter. Rowan has been in Iraq since October, but says his family has made it much easier for him.
Definitely takes a special person to make sure that, you know, you get your care packages and your letters, and you know, I wouldn't be able to do anything without my wife.
Sergeant Rowan, he is stationed out of Fort Richardson, Alaska. 12 News is dedicated to telling the stories of America's bravest. That includes Captain Brian Love, who is detailing his tour in Iraq. You can read about his experiences on our website, 12news.azcentral.com. Just click on his blog, and you can also check out the latest pictures he sent us.
A sky full of them. Here's a partial list of where to go for Independence Day fun. Tonight at Paradise Valley Park, there are games, pony rides, and fireworks from 6 to 10 p.m. Also tonight, the skies over Cave Creek light up in celebration of our returning troops. For info, call 488-1400. Tomorrow, Independence Day, just about everyone will be celebrating. The Phoenix Firebirds will start their game at ends. The City of Tempe display will be at Diablo Stadium. It's $4 for adults or $10 for the family. Both the Point South Mountain and the Point Tapatio will have fireworks displays. Call 997-7777 for info. Apache Junction at Apache Junction High School, it's free. The pyrotechnics start around 8:45 tomorrow night in Glendale at Saguaro Ranch Park. Call 435-4108 to find out more. There's always a big show at Mesa Community College. It starts at 7 and it's $1 a head and $2 to park. In South Phoenix, head to the 3rd annual Fiesta of Independence from 5:30 to 9 at South Mountain Community College. The Scottsdale JCs shoot off their rockets around 8:15 at Rawhide. Admission $3. And in downtown Phoenix, it's the 6th annual Fabulous Phoenix 4th at Wesley Bolin Plaza with fireworks at 9:30, and it's free.
Here's hoping for a safe, happy, and patriotic 4th of July. For 12 on the Town, I'm Bill Andrus.
What are we doing? We're putting up some banners for Polly and for BJ. They just got back from Saudi Arabia.
First they went to Massachusetts, and they had a big reception for them in Massachusetts. She said, I bet there was over 1,000 people there.
They only think there's going to be a half a dozen or so people here, and we're looking at 50 to 75, so we're hoping it goes big.
Stars and Stripes and Forever on my flute when Polly comes in.
Get nervous?
Yes, very.
Yes, come on, Polly. Faster, faster, faster.
She's here.
Welcome, Polly.
Hey. Oh. I tell you what, you want to learn to appreciate the USA, go to Saudi Arabia.
You look great.
Thank you. Just a Saudi sun. Saudi sun.
Well, it takes a lot of courage to go over there and be so far away from home for so long. Just got a lot of strength.
Get to hug the little kids now.
Oh, look at
thank you. The freedom that we have, I just can't explain it.
It's really something to have this outpouring.
Yeah, I waited for 9 months for this. Can't believe it. And I'm just off in another world right now.
You are looking at it right now. Happy 4th of July, everyone. It's being celebrated with traditional fireworks displays across the valley tonight.
Yeah, it looks like the grand finale there, Tram, in central Phoenix. Bill Kelly is live at Steele Indian School Park, and it looks like the fireworks just wrapping up right now.
That's right, you guys. We have got a treat for you. It was timed out perfectly. This is the finale. You've just witnessed it live here at Steele Indian School Park, a fun event out here, the Fabulous Phoenix 4th. We want to show you some of the fireworks that we had a little bit earlier, and again, you just caught it live. A fun event out here. We had Shadazy playing. They had all kinds of events out here, a very patriotic day in downtown Phoenix. This is what it looked like as the fireworks were going on. You know, one of the best fireworks displays I've seen to music ever, honestly. They had it all timed out when different songs would come on and the colors would show matching with the words. It was just incredible. A lot of energy out here. Now, we walked around and we asked some people what it meant for them to be an American, and this is some of their responses.
We are proud to be Americans because we're free.
To support our country?
Because it's good.
Freedom.
I don't know.
Hey,
bringing our red, fight for us. We're going to fight for them tonight.
I'm proud to be an American because this is where you have all your rights, your freedoms.
Because we get to do fun stuff like this every year.
Great energy out here, and you saw those F-16s right there flying by. When the girl out here sang the national anthem, it was timed out where the F-16s flew right on by as she was singing the song. A really fun event out here at Steele Indian School Park. We'll have more in weather forecasts coming up in just a bit. You guys, back to you.
Well, a 4th of July tradition welcomes 300 Arizonans tonight as the newest American citizens. Kevin Kennedy was there as they were sworn in on America's birthday.
The gymnasium at South Mountain Community College was packed, family and friends on hand to see the ceremony. Under red, white, and blue balloons, mostly holding or waving United States flags, 300 new citizens representing 65 countries took the oath of allegiance. Sabino Davila was one of them.
I'm actually very excited, especially because it's on the 4th of July, so that means a lot to me, as well as for the country, you know, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be here. And
23 years ago, Sabina and his mother and brother came to the United States. Today, finally, he's a U.S. citizen.
I think it's time for me to vote. I think I feel my vote should count as a U.S. American citizen, so I think it was time to make that determination and put that foot forward.
Across the country, 16,000 new Americans were sworn in. What a way to spend our country's 228th birthday.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm really good. I'm feeling very nice, and I'm so excited to be.
In Phoenix, Kevin Kennedy, 12 News.
And
Oh, say, can you see? These flags are in bad shape. That's why they're being pulled from flagpoles in Sun City.
It had to be abandoned, I would think.
Hundreds of these broad stripes and bright stars have been collected by the Sun City Daily News. This started when a reporter wrote these articles suggesting local businesses take down their torn and weather-beaten flags.
That prompted other people to call saying, we've got some of those flags that are similar, but we don't know what to do with them. We don't want to put them in the trash can.
So the collection began. In came torn flags, faded flags, flags on poles, small flags, big flags, flags with fringe.
And they came in paper bags, plastic bags, and boxes.
But no one expected pieces of history.
One gentleman came in and told us that the flag he brought had flown over the U.S. Embassy in New Delhi and that he had been in the Foreign Service there.
This flag has 48 stars. It was made between 1912 and 1960. But can you imagine their amazement when a flag older than this came in?
A flag made in 1896.
It is for a flag that's 100 years old. This isn't in that bad shape.
1896. That's when Utah became a state. Grover Cleveland was president, and the legendary Apache chief Geronimo was living in exile as a prisoner of war. But veterans like Dick Henderson say these flags signify more than just history.
Some of these flags undoubtedly were from homes and residences that had people in the armed forces.
These star-spangled banners will now be retired so that other flags can fly proudly o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Mary Kim Titla, 12 News, Arizona's news station.
For the first time ever, 2 nights of fireworks at the Tempe Town Lake Festival. The highlight tonight, the SRP Fireworks Spectacular Preview.
It'll be a little bit shorter in duration, but just as intense as the 4th.
Classic rock from KSLX will provide the music theme for tonight's display. Heat is always a factor this time of year, and especially tonight.
We really made some great plans to put in rehydration stations so the public can take the containers and refill them during the evening at no charge.
There's plenty of parking options. You can park and walk from lots at Rio Salado and Hardy or the ASU lots near Rural and Stadium. You can also park and ride a free shuttle from the library at Southern and Rural. Keep in mind, though, there will be some streets closed off.
Tempe Police Department is adopting the Fiesta Bowl parking plan, so that we'll have a one-way in and a one-way out, prior to and after the event.
If you're just going for the fireworks, you can park in the SRP lot at Van Buren and Center Parkway, then take a free shuttle to the north side of the lake.